Good evening and welcome to Storytime with Uncle's Empire. Tonight we have a nuanced tale about China and respecting its internationally recognized territory. I call it bipolar China policy.
Once upon a time, in the aftermath of World War II and the Chinese Civil War, the Communist Party of China, CPC, led by Mao Zedong, emerged victorious over the nationalist government of the Republic of China, ROC, led by Chiang Kai-shek. In 1949, the CPC established the People's Republic of China, PRC, on the mainland, while the ROC government retreated to the island of Taiwan. The One China policy is a diplomatic principle that asserts there is only one sovereign state named China. This principle has been a cornerstone of the international relations involving mainland China and the island of Taiwan since the end of the Chinese Civil War in 1949. The PRC consolidated control over mainland China, asserting its sovereignty over Taiwan, considering it an integral part of Chinese territory. The ROC government, meanwhile, maintained its claims to be the legitimate government of all of China, including Taiwan. The United States and other Western powers continued to recognize the ROC government as the sole legitimate government of China, despite its control being limited to the island of Taiwan and some smaller islands. However, as the PRC gained international recognition and representation in organizations like the United Nations, as the ROC's diplomatic standing diminished. In 1971, the United Nations General Assembly passed Resolution 2758, which recognized the PRC as the only legitimate representative of all of China to the United Nations, and expelled the representatives of the ROC. This decision solidified the PRC's position as the sole legitimate government of China, which included the Taiwanese islands, in the eyes of the international community. In February 1972, President Richard Nixon, accompanied by assistant to the President Dr. Henry Kissinger, visited the People's Republic of China at the invitation of Premier Zhou Enlai. During the visit, discussions were held on the normalization of relations between the U.S. and the PRC. In 1978, President Jimmy Carter, in the joint communique on the establishment of diplomatic relations with China, announced that the United States will formally recognize the PRC as the sole legal government of China, and it acknowledged the Chinese position that there is but one China and Taiwan as part of China, and the U.S. will sever its diplomatic relations with Taiwan effective January 1, 1979. The question of U.S. arms sales to Taiwan was not settled in the course of negotiations between the two countries. The Chinese stated that it would raise the issue again following normalization. However, instead of respect for each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity and non-interference in each other's internal affairs, Congress adopted a bipolar policy. Unwilling to sever ties with the island, on February 28, 1979, Congress passed the Taiwan Relations Act to ensure that despite the shift in diplomatic recognition, the U.S. would continue to maintain unofficial relations with Taiwan. The act provides for the continuation of commercial, cultural, and other relations, including providing arms. PRC officials saw the law as a direct challenge to the normalization agreement finalized a few months earlier, reiterating that the question of Taiwan is China's internal affair. The One China policy has been a source of tension and ambiguity in U.S. and China relations, particularly as Taiwan has sought to assert its distinct identity and maintain its autonomy while avoiding outright independence, which could provoke a military response from the PRC. However, the policy has also served as a framework for stability in the region, allowing for peaceful cross-strait relations and economic cooperation between Taiwan and mainland China. The end.
I hope you found this story entertaining and informative. In closing, I will end this tale with a quote from an American economist and statistician, Milton Friedman. Is it really true that political self-interest is nobler somehow than economic self-interest?